Hello everyone, welcome to Saliqa Mag. This is third video of the course dressmaking for beginners. In today's lesson we will learn how to trace a pattern. This pattern that we just finished in our second video. If you missed that video, you can check the link in the description how we made this pattern. So we will learn how to trace this pattern and how to cut a dress according to this pattern, and what is salvage, grain lines, and how we cut the front and back separately. So you need pins, a tailoring chalk of different colors, and this is a tracing wheel. You can see here the sharp edges. This is for tracing, and the other thing you need is carbon paper. This carbon paper is actually you will got from a tailoring material shop, and obviously you need a scissor. And let's start the today's lesson. First thing you have to remember that you have to pre-wash, shrink your fabric, especially if it's cotton. And after that you need to take the width of your hemline. Whatever is your width line, you have to add 1 inch the seam allowance. For example, here my hemline is 12 inches, so I'm going to take it 13 inches. So 1 inch is for seam allowances. So seam allowance we can reduce like ½ inch if we are working with the serger or overlocker. But in normal machine, and as I'm working with cotton, thin cotton, actually is lawn, so I need 1 inch at least. So now first thing is we will take the width wise, and let me explain you that what is selvage and grain line. So this lengthwise thing is your the edge, the binding edge is your selvage actually. And now I'm just see this part is selvage, that is binding, and there is no fray on here. And always you have to use length for the length of your dress and width for the width of your dress. So this is if it's cross like in 45 degrees, so it will call cross grain. Otherwise this is the grain widthwise. And now I'm taking my width, that is 13 inches, and if you double it, because we need in 2 fold, our pattern is the 1/4 part, that's why it's 13. So now I'm going to take it 36, and then just fold your fabric here, and that's how you have to spread your fabric, and make sure there is no crease, and iron it properly at this point to get the perfect results. See, and here you have to take an estimate that what is your length. So my length is here 47. I'm going to add 2 inches, but on a safe side, because cotton sometimes is not smooth from the widthwise edges, so better take 1 inch more extra. So I'm taking here 40 inches. So at 40 inches I'm just going to mark line. Now I will show you how you can cut this. If it's lengthwise you can tear it, but widthwise you have to cut it by scissor, otherwise it will not come straight. So there is different ways of cutting this fabric. You can mark a line here with a scale, or otherwise if it's like silk or something, then you can pull some thread from here. I will show you how you can do that, but I just mark here my cut, and see, that's how you have to pull your thread, make here a cut. And this technique is very useful when you are working with silk or georgette type of stuffs, but in cotton, because cotton thread easily breaks, so you may face a difficulty, but never tear it like this. So see, you can see here you will get a marking, so this marking will go straight. So each time just pull your thread, and I know this needs a lot of patience, but it is that you have to measure twice and then cut once. So same thing apply here, that spend some time to cut your fabric accurately, otherwise you will mess up anything. So as a beginner, I know this is a little frustrating thing, but take your time, iron it properly, and then go further. See, that's how this is another way of cutting your fabric straight. And now just go straight and cut till end, whatever point you want. If it is a wider fabric, obviously you need to have cut till the width you required, but my fabric is only enough that the width I actually need. So that's how you get your width and your length of your fabric. Now I just take it in two fold because I'm going to cut front separate and back separate, but you can also do in 4 folds and cut the front and back in a same step, but there is a little difference in back and front, so that's why I'm just cutting it in separate so you guys can better understand it. So actually in front we have to cut a little deeper on armhole, and in the back we have to take a little bigger than the front. So I will explain you next when we start cutting our back part and the front part. So pin up properly. Pins are your really good friend, so don't skip this part. Even it's cotton, but you have to pin it properly. And now also pin up your all pattern. Leave here 1 inch, and this is the edge, the edge that is on my side. This is the close edge, mind it. And here you see I leave 1 inch for the seam allowances. Let me remind you that in our pattern there was no seam allowances. This is the actual size that I want, so I'm going to add all seam allowances separately. Some patterns are available with the seam allowances, but I teach my students without seam allowances because a pattern has already so much lines, and as a beginner, if there are so much lines, so beginners got confused. So I feel it that it is a easy way that you add seam allowances later. So I'm just going to pin up all the way, and then we will trace it, and after that we will add our seam allowances. So I hope guys till here you understand. If any question, feel free to ask me, and please don't forget to hit the like button so more people will know that there is a good video available here. Okay guys, so it will really support me to make more videos. So now I'm just going to mark here. I'm using two colors like yellow for the actual lines, the stitching lines, and then the white one with the cutting lines. So now these two colors are yellow. After completing this tracing this exact pattern, I will start with my white color. So guys, here till here, hope you understand any point, and try this on. This is your homework, that try this method at home. You can take any old bed sheet, no need to spend on new fabric, just take any old bed sheet and place your pattern on this and then start cutting. So in this way you will see this is a tracing paper, and you have to put the right side of tracing paper towards the fabric because there is ink, and then you can trace it like this. So that's how we use this tracing paper and tracing wheel. You can see here the marking. I will highlight it again so you guys can see again, but because in camera sometime marking is not visible, but I can see it clearly. So now all marking is finished. Now I'm going to mark with my white chalk. So these are actually our cutting lines. So this is also called the seam allowances, and you can also call it the cutting line. So here you need 1 inch, and be careful that this line should be straight, because sometimes beginners don't make it straight, so it will affect your size, actually armhole size. So here also, and just join all these lines, and after that, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the subscribe, and if it's possible for you, please share it with your friends and family who are interested in sewing. So it will really help me to make more videos, because YouTube will promote my video that more people are interested, or at least just hit a like button. This is the I think this is the least thing you can do for me in return, if you really learn from this video. So it will really help your teacher, and I really appreciate your effort. So here on the armhole, you can add 1/2 inch, and even in lawn and cotton you don't need that much seam allowance. Usually for my dresses I don't add in my armhole any seam allowance, but here you can take 1/2 inches, and from this line, the hip line, you can continue till end if you are making a closed dress, if it's from close, or you can take it in slant. So it's all depend on the style. If you want it A line, you can make it a slant line, or you can close it, or you can make here a slit, so like kurti or kameez type of effect. So you can open here the slit from the hip line. So here again, be careful, don't go in the slant way, don't go like this. Keep your scale straight and make a straight line, because this is again a very important point. Otherwise your shoulder will go down, and you will be wonder that I take all measurement accurately, but still my shoulder is not accurate. So these are the small mistakes that beginners do, and then they wonder why my fitting is not good. So even the 1/2 centimeter is effect if you double it like 4 times, it will make a 1 centimeter or 1/2 inch. So it's sorry, 2 centimeters. So things like that. If you are making a mistake of 1/2 inch, so mind it that it is actually a 2-inch mistake, because this will go all 4 sides. Hope you understand my point. So now all marking is finished. It's time to cut our fabric, but before that let me show you how you have to mark your neckline, because on neckline we are going to make a bias binding. So for that we need here also seam allowance upside. So we have to add 1/2 inch upside. This is also the seam allowance, so make sure all is equal, and just mark here 1/2 inch, and all the way make the round shape. Guys, hope you understand till here. If any question, feel free to ask. Just feel that you are doing a online course and it's free. Just cost is that just you have to hit a like button, or if you comment, that really I really appreciate that effort. So because if you comment on some video or like some video, so YouTube will know that more people are liking this video, so it will suggest to more people. So it will really help me to grow my channel and to make more videos. So guys, that's how you have to cut this. And now after that, from here You can cut with the half inch, but I'm not taking any extra here, because when we cut lawn or cotton in a round shape, it is very stretchable in a round shape. That's why I avoid to take any seam allowance in my armhole. But if you are working with like heavy stuff like jeans and something like that, then you can add half inch here. So now you have to mark here the tuck for to just make that this is your point where you want to join. And now next thing is we have to cut our armhole a little bit extra, because at this point you may feel in some dresses there is some fabric is gathered here. So we don't need here any fabric to gather, and we want a perfect fitting. So on ladies dresses we cut here half inch to 1 inch extra deeper only in front. That's why I'm cutting front and back separately, so you guys can understand. See here, only this point, not from the starting point. So like this, in the middle of the point. If you cut it from very start, your size will affect. So from the middle of this part only you have to cut it. So only this much, half inch is enough to make it. But if someone is too skinny or depend on the body shape, you can even cut 1 inch deeper. So this is all done. And now next step is we will do a back side again. So let me show you that what is the difference on the back side. So you see that our back side in our shoulder is a little you see a curvy shape. It's little bent, very slightly bent. In some people they have more bent shape on back, but on a normal body size it's a little bent. So that's why we take our back side half inch in length bigger than the front, because if you take as it is, your neckline will go on back side and it will like bother you on your neck. So that's why we keep it half inch bigger. And even on men's dresses we take it more, like 1 inch extra, because the men have a more like wider body. But in ladies at least half inch we have to take it wider, like lengthwise bigger. So let me show you how you can do that. We will use same pattern. No need to make a pattern separately. You can make a separate back and front pattern, but you can use the same pattern as well. So just one thing, that here instead of leaving 1 inch, I am leaving 1.5 inches, half inch for that extra and 1 inch for the seam allowance. So that's how you have to place, because in our front pattern you notice that I just leave 1 inch, but here I'm leaving on shoulder side only the 1.5 inches. Hope it makes sense and you understand this point. Now just pin up it, and then I will show you how you can cut the back side neckline and the shoulder. And just pin up it properly, and don't skip this part, the pin up part. I know as a beginner they are more excited to just start the machine and they want to skip these steps, but these steps are very important. Even on advanced level, if you skip these points, these steps, you will end up some mistake. So that's how you have to trace. And I have this trailing chalk. You can also use trailing pencils, they are available in market. See, that's how this half inch. So this is my sewing line or stitching line, and after that I will, after this half inch, I will add my 1 inch of my seam allowance that you take all the way on our pattern. So hope you understand here. Again, make sure that this line is straight because it will affect your shoulder size. And now trace your back line, but the back line is small, and you can make it big as well as the front, but it's a personal choice. I don't want the wider or deeper on the deeper on the back side. The width wise it will obviously will be the same as the front. So width will be same on neckline, but only you can play with the depth of the neckline. You can make deeper or you can make smaller, so it's on your personal choice. So now I'm just going to cut from here as well. And guys, please hit the like button if you really like this video, and if you comment something, anything you can comment, but YouTube will know that people are commenting on this video and people are liking this video, so it will really help me to grow. So I will really appreciate this effort. And now it's almost done. So this is our back side. So guys, let me recap that we learned today that how we can trace our pattern, what is the difference in the back and the front and all these things. And in our next video I will show you how you can make your neckline with the bias binding, what is bias binding, how you can cut that, and how you can achieve a perfect round neckline, and how you have to stitch the fitting lines and all these things. I will show you in next lesson. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and take care. Bye bye.